Jack slid the security strip through the middle of the banknote. He cut off the excess with a blade, and an almost perfect 500 ruble counterfeit appeared. At that moment, the counterfeit still felt like it was missing something to him, so he got some tea and placed the newly made counterfeit straight into it. He waited until the bill was completely soaked before taking it out, satisfied with the result. Now Jack's brand new counterfeit looked old and worn, as if it had been in use for years. Afterwards, he repeated the process, aging more counterfeits in the tea. Then he hung the notes up one by one to dry. In the end, all the counterfeits became perfect used bills, and they were extremely pleased. But when Jack stood at the door of the small shop, his nerves were on edge. He ordered a drink just to test the counterfeit, and the wait felt endless. The next second, he had the drink in his hand and walked out of the shop before he could react. It was only when he got into the shabby tricycle that it suddenly hit him. They had actually pulled it off. The next day, they met the boss who bought counterfeit money. Jack wanted to prove how good his counterfeits were, so he said something crazy. If the boss could tell they were fake, he would cut off his own hand. The boss stared at the notes for a long time but couldn't tell them apart, even asking Jack which one was fake. But the counterfeits were so realistic that Jack himself couldn't tell them apart either. After that, the boss was completely convinced and trusted them entirely. He immediately placed an order for 20 million rubles worth of counterfeits, demanding delivery within 2 weeks. Jack agreed without a second thought, but Mike was furious at the decision. He reminded Jack that it had taken them over a month to make just 100,000 rubles in their small workshop. Making 20 million rubles in 2 weeks was simply impossible. But Jack wasn't worried. He already had a solution. He went to his uncle, who worked at a printing factory, and asked him to join them. Although his uncle was shocked when he saw the counterfeits, he feared getting caught. To completely ease his uncle's worries, Jack took him to a restaurant. He paid with a counterfeit bill casually, acting no different from usual. His uncle sat beside him, terrified, his hands shaking so badly he could barely hold his cup. Yet after the shop owner checked the note, nothing out of the ordinary happened. Everything went smoothly. Jack even generously gave the rest of the money to the waiter as a tip. Seeing this, his uncle finally relaxed and was completely persuaded. He decided to join them and go all in. But once they had gathered all the equipment, they suddenly faced a major problem. This special paper was strictly regulated by the government. Buying it in large quantities required countless permits and documents. People like them, engaged in illegal activities, could never obtain those documents. There was no chance at all. So, summoning their courage, they decided to head straight for the largest local paper mill under the cover of night.